You are listening and watching to a very special podcast. Got more on Katrina Salvatore. Let's see where we left off. Enjoy! Katrina and Frigga watched Ben and Taylor leave. Both of them were in defeat until a small voice said, "Excuse me, may I be of any assistance?" Frigga, all of a sudden, slowly smiled and turned towards who it was. "Do you think maybe you can do me a favor, Cruel Tepis?" Cruel smiled. "Why, yes, I'd be happy to do so." She managed to walk down the stairs as she said, "You see, I've been listening to what they are saying. Reminds me of little Mika before he became completely a vampire. How fascinating, isn't it?" "I want to know something." "Would you mind if maybe I can follow them, observe their movements, and maybe I can bring them back here if you like?" "I like this ambition you have." "Okay, keep observation, and when the time has come, you can speak to them if you wish." "It will be done. You know, I used to take crap from other people. I was the one that gave out the orders. But now I think this is going to be more fun." However, Katrina's smile faded. "Hold on a second. You do realize Farid Bathory is out there, right?" "I'm aware of it. But I'm not going to let him get near me or anyone else that easily." "Besides, you were the one that rescued me, and I appreciate you, human. Now, let me just do a little observation of these humans, if you wish." "All right. We'll keep watch. Use this communication, just in case." How troublesome, but all right. Here, let me help." Katrina managed to click it on. There. Then she spoke into the mic. "Okay, can you hear me now?" "Yes, it works fine." Cruel said, "Thank you for your assistance." "My pleasure. We all gotta help each other. Now get out there and make sure they don't get themselves into trouble." "Will do." "Who knows? Maybe if I rescue them, it could be a little more fun." And so, off she went. Cruel did pretty good of not being seen. And for some vampires, they're not really affected too much by the sun. They could be known as day-walking vampires. They're not easily affected by the sun, mostly. However, it wasn't every day they got to experience sunlight, but Cruel managed to stay in the shadows just in case. So you're not really affected by the sunlight. Well, not this kind anyway. It's quite cliche, really. Yeah, I thought it would be cliche. Vampires like you being affected by the sun. Well, we do have a choice to come out into the sun or not. But that all depends. Yeah, I'm aware of that. By any chance, I always want to know something. You're not, even though some vampires I know, okay, most of this vampire race from this world, from the world of your apocalyptic city, you guys aren't affected by the cliche items? Garlic, holy water? Not necessarily. Only by the cursed gear. But if they actually believe they are going to kill me with the cursed gear, the Japanese Imperial Army, as well as, of course, those traitorous vampires. I never for one trusted Ferret at all. He was a traitor, I know that, Cruel said. I can't believe they overthrew you, put you in prison. You must have felt really lonely. I bet they must have starved you. No, I was fine. I wasn't trying to starve myself. Although vampires like us tend to get thirsty, I had the self-prevalence, and I managed to make myself not into a demon. I wasn't alone. I'm surprised those three managed to find me. So, what did they say to you? Well, I was unconscious, but I managed to stay awake. I heard them squabbling under quiet, hushed tones. I managed to speak up and ask who they were, and they said they came here to rescue me. For a moment, I thought it was just a joke, Cruel said. She managed to leap from rooftop to rooftop, but she continued to speak. So anyway, I was unconscious for a while. I didn't have the heed to maybe wanting to listen to them, but they were insisting, saying, "You're part of our mission. We're here to rescue you. Besides, it would be a rather damn shame if you didn't come and see your beloved Mikhaila again." That's what the girl said to me. I must have told them about Mika. By the way, you know him. He's that blonde-haired boy, blue eyes. Red eyes, if I remember. He became a full-fledged vampire after sipping the blood of his dear friend Yuichiro. So you know you, Katrina said. I did. Your talking is really wasting enough time for me to spy on them. So you see them? Yes, I do. They're trying their best to make themselves wanted. Well, not wanted anyway. What's this? A troublesome character. Hey, that's the inspector. What's he doing here on their tail? He must be running that investigation. Go a little closer and see. I'm not going down there. Forget it. But if anything occurs, I will do my best to make sure I'm not seen, Cruel said. She let out a little giggle. She swooped down. For a little girl of a vampire, she was very impressive. You know, I am feeling a little bit thirsty. As soon as it gets dark out, maybe it's time for me to play. Play all you want. We don't have much time, I mean. Just don't mention Ben and Taylor to them about me. No worries. I think maybe I'll just give them a good story. So she swooped down there and observed the two. They were in big trouble, so Cruel managed to take down one of the humans and sip of their blood until their body's gone dry from the red liquid inside of them. Katrina and Frigga observed this. They were quite impressed with Cruel managing not to mention. However, the two of them were pretty shocked at how Ben and Taylor all of a sudden show their trust in her, despite her being a blood-sucking vampire. While she was keeping the two of them safe from the shadows, They ran themselves into trouble with the inspector, who seemed to have a desire, a lustful, sinful desire. Cruel managed to expose him as he tried to escape. The inspector also killed someone that Ben knew, and Ben was devastated. Katrina felt guilty, and even though it wasn't the time for him to grieve, however, Cruel managed to say, in an aloof-sounding voice, but it also had a hint of sympathy, saying, "Human, this is not the time for you to grieve right now. We must get ourselves out of here right this minute, or we'll be caught red-handed and be blamed for this crime." "Yes, let's go," Ben replied. They managed to escape, but Ben and Taylor were doing pretty good managing the mania mercury within them. They managed to have communication with Tilda, who praised them for their hard work and effort. However, Ben and Taylor refused any help. Well, Ben mostly, but Taylor was touched by Tilda's kindness. However, Ben didn't feel the need to ask her for help. That's when Katrina and Frigga looked at each other and smiled. That's when Katrina called out, "Hey guys, we got something we have to do. Let's go. We got a friend in need to call after." So they went. They managed to meet up with Ben, Taylor, and Cruel, where Katrina wanted them all in this plan that Frigga came up with. Exciting, isn't it? Well, let's see what happens next. Intrigued by all this? You should. This is really getting interesting. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I'm Catherine Donovan. Catch you later. Bye.